In this video, we're going to look at adding 3 more slide layers to the step 5, let's break it down, lightbox slide. So we copied pretty much all of the step 4 lightbox slide elements. So we already have most of the slide layers, but we need to add 3 more because we added 3 more buttons to show how the learner can keep going with the juggling sequence. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to show you how to add those 3 slide layers. So let's go insert 3 slide layers. And let's go down to the bottom right corner here. And you can see the 3 slide layers here. So let's rename these. So we're going to call this one ball 1 third set. And then the second one, ball 2 third set. And then this one, ball 3 third set. Okay, and now we're going to copy, like we did before, from the main screen, the yellow ball, the green ball, and the blue ball. So let's do that one at a time. Okay, so we've copied in the yellow ball, the green ball, and the blue ball for those 3 slide layers. Now we're going to set triggers for each of those. So let's go to ball 1 third set, and we're going to add a trigger to move the ball on arc motion path 3 when the timeline starts. So that'll be the first one. So create a trigger. We're going to move. And it's labeled oval 1 on this layer because there's just one ball, so it just numbers it number 1. So go down here, click it, and the path will be the 3rd arc motion path that was set from a long time ago, and we know goes in the opposite direction, or should, so we can always preview that to test it. And we want this to happen when the timeline starts, and the object will be oval 1. And now let's set another trigger to hide the previous layer. So we need to hide ball 1 second set because we don't want that one to be sitting there when this layer appears. So we'll go here, create trigger, hide layer, ball 1 second set. So this is our corresponding one to ball 1 third set. So we want to hide this. And we want this to happen when the timeline starts and the object is oval 1. Okay, so we're going to do a similar thing for the other 2 slide layers. So ball 2 third set, create trigger. We're going to move oval 1 on this slide layer, the green one, along arc motion path 3 when the timeline starts and the object is oval 1. And then we want to hide the corresponding layer from the previous set, so it'll be from the second set. So we want to hide layer ball 2 second set when the timeline starts and the object is oval 1. And then the third set, create a trigger to move oval 1 along arc motion path 3 when the timeline starts and the object is oval 1. And then we want to hide the corresponding previous ball from the second set. So hide hide the ball 3 second set layer. This one. When the timeline starts and the object is oval 1. Okay, so those are all the triggers for the slide layers. Now let's return to the main screen of this Lightbox slide. And we want to modify the show layer triggers. Recall that I said we would come back to these. That's why I left them in. They were incorrect in the previous video, and I indicated that we'd come back and fix those once we added those extra 3 slide layers. So we're at that point right now. So scroll down to button 8. So button 8 is one of our new buttons. So it's corresponds to ball 1 again. So it says show layer ball 1 first set, but we don't want that. We want ball 1 third set. So we're going to change that. And here's a little shortcut if you don't want to go up to edit and you just have one thing to change here, because it's when button 8 is clicked, we can just go here and select ball 1 third set like this. There we go. And now button 9, show layer. We don't want ball 2 first set. We want ball 2 third set. And then button 10, show layer. We want ball 3 third set. There. And now let's set the properties for each of these layers like we did before. So go to ball 1 third set, right click, go to properties. So if you recall, we have to uncheck this hide other slide layers, because if we don't uncheck that, it will hide some of the slide layers that we don't want to hide, because we want to show that these balls are being thrown from one hand to the other. So if we hide them, when they click on certain buttons, it would then make the other layers underneath disappear. So we don't want that to happen. So we have to uncheck this so that it doesn't hide them. We've manually created triggers to hide what we want to hide, but we don't want to have it set here because it'll just hide everything. So uncheck that for each of those new layers that we just inserted. There we go. Now let's just make sure in the timeline that these 3 slide layers we added go out to 60 seconds like the other ones. So I'm just going to zoom out here a bit. Yep, that one is. That one's good. And that one's good. Okay, we're good there. Okay, so now let's just preview this slide, just the Lightbox slide, to see if everything is working properly. Okay, so let's try this. Ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. Ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. And now the third set that we just fixed. Yellow ball, green ball, blue ball. Okay, so it looks like they're working properly, but as you know, they're not spaced properly, so we need to go fix that. So let's go back here. Ball 1 third set. Click on the ball, go up to animations, and we have to just space this out, so it's going to go over to here. And the same with these ones. There. And then I'll just draw those up. Okay, and let's do that for the green one as well and the blue one. And now for the blue one, we'll just tweak that. Okay, so let's preview that again and see if it looks a little better. So it's the first set, second set, third set. There, I think that looks a little better. We could make some small tweaks there, but we'll come back to this when we polish it and maybe tweak some of the placements. And now retry, that works. Third set. And retry. There we go. Okay, so one more thing we need to do now. We need to go back to step 5. So go over here, step 5, and we need to connect that light box to the Let's Break It Down button. So here we are with button 6. So right now the trigger is set for the step 4 light box slide, but we want to just change that to the step 5 light box slide. There we go, I just altered it there quickly. So let's preview this now, the whole thing. Let's go to step 5 here, and let's see if this Let's Break It Down button works. Yep, now it says step 5, let's break it down. There we go, and then retry. Okay. So we've now completed all 5 steps of the juggling process for this course. So in the next few videos, we're going to create a couple knowledge check questions and a simulation, and then we'll create the summary slide, and then we'll be done. And then we will be going back and putting in some little enhancements and polishing the course and adding audio.